battle for Atlantis. The Big East's preseason favorite as voted by the coaches. The Pac-12's preseason favorite, Seton Hall and Oregon, in the game of the night and maybe the game of the week. Two potential national players of the year. Forget conference. Miles Powell off to a spectacular start for Seton Hall, their first ever preseason. Maxwell, Jerry Pollard, our officials. Romero Gill at 7-2 wins the tip from Francis Okoro. And a mightily tall Seton Hall team starts with the ball with Quincy McKnight to run the point. A veteran Pirates team returning 11 players and 4 starters from a 20-win group last week, and they brought a loud contingent here to the Bahamas. Miles Kale will take the first shot, and starting 5 brought to you by Atlantis. A couple of grad transfers, Anthony Mathis, a phenomenal three-point shooter, Chris Duarte, along with Pritchard Okoro, and another transfer from UNLV, Shakur Houston. Duarte has the first bucket.
Playing against Cassius Winston, and there tonight you pick up an early foul on Peyton Pritchard.
The nation's leader in minutes last year. Powell with a splash down. Miles Peter to Seton Hall takeaway. Miles Kale, 5 in a row for the Pirates. Max who took care of Southern Miss. Here is Peyton Pritchard. Around McKnight. Finds Duarte. Finds a 3. He has all 5 for the Ducks. 65% from deep on the year. 32 in green and gold. Watch how closely Seton Hall guards him.
A shot fake.
Duarte all 7 for the Ducks.
The early going, the transfer. He plays like he's been there for 4 years. Fits into this offense so well.
Whole lot of new pieces on this Oregon team. You wouldn't know it from the way they played. Quincy. And Oregon will have to make a change
for this Oregon team. Kevin Willard going to his bench early here.
And Jared Roden off the bench, the sophomore from Baldwin, New York. Pirates are Big East favorites, edging out perennial champion Villanova. Chris Duarte being hounded by Shavar Reynolds Jr. Reynolds gets on the deck, knocks it away with 10 to shoot. This is what you can expect to see defensively from Seton Hall. Intense energy and effort. 2 to shoot for Mathis. Over Obiagu, he gets the floater to go. Ankle injury. There was a thought, according to Kevin Willard, he'd be out weeks. He returned the next game and scored 37 against Michigan State. A narrow Pirates loss at home. Here's Nelson with a 3. Seton Hall superb from deep early. Oregon's three-point defense has been great. Pirates are 3 of 4 tonight. Well, Richardson on the drop-off, and Okoro is denied. You nailed it. I thought you were just going to go with Mamu tonight. Pritchard, by the way, back on the bench. So Dana Altman with a little offense-defense here before the under-12. Powell on the floater. Miles Powell.
And for them to reach that level they want to, Miles Powell has got to be a big part of that offense.
Patterson over Powell, and a freshman, Addison Patterson, against Michigan State. And he is on the floor tonight for a Seton Hall team looking to make history and return to the NCAA tournament for the 5th consecutive year. Would be a school record. Freshman C.J. Walker with a tough
basket. I mean, it just, just putting a lot of pressure on himself. It was highly regarded. Tough shot there.
Miles Kale with a 3, rattles it home now from deep on the year. Pritchard back in the game with those 2 fouls for the Ducks. Richardson steps in, couldn't get the roll. Here's Powell on the break.
Nice.
Good find, Mamu Kelishvili with a finish.
Nice pass.
Walker from Pritchard for the first time this year. CJ Wisconsin and UC Irvine before a close loss to the national champion Virginia.
And they had a lot of injuries. Bo was hurt almost the entire year. Penny Wooten got hurt, and they had to deal with a lot of injury.
Kale assisted by Powell. Kale off to a good start with 7. Pritchard left alone, side irons at 3, and it's kept alive by Houston. The freshman Patterson is fouled on the way up.
Guys out there with him. If you're alert, you move. I think he's become more unselfish as his career has unfolded. He's such a soft-spoken kid. He's got a big heart. I love him, and I love him as a player, and I think any team that takes him, he's a late first-round kind of guy, and he's, I think, going to have a long NBA career.
Smaller than most two guards in the NBA. You look at Myles Powell, you meet with him, and a lot of folks say, hey, that's a kid who will find his way no matter the size.
He's thick, and he's explosive, and he's powerful. Nice block.
Whoa, Obiagu with the denial on Okoro.
This is some rim protection right here. How about the reaction from the 7-foot? Dropped underneath, and Obiagu turns around and makes a play.
Already 5 blocks in the game for Seton Hall, the second tallest team in the nation. Okoro's going to try it again, and he wins the battle this time.
Last year, wasn't going to play a whole lot. And then Bobo.
It's in the American. Seton Hall has played Michigan State. They have 6 NCAA tournament teams on the non-conference. It'll be 7 or 8, depending on the next couple of days here. A 3 for Samuel. Good. The fresh most improved player to all first team to maybe the Big East Player of the Year. He was picked as the preseason selection. He sits now as this Seton Hall team continues to go deep into its bench. Obiagu
took it very personally.
I was there. I can concur.
And I ended up winning it, just for the record.
And the record reflects.
Regardless of the...
Oh, C.J. Walker tried to slam it over Obiagu, and Duarte will just rattle it home.
You have to have slide integrity.
Title of your autobiography, I think. Duarte. No good on a 3. Here's Pritchard back in off the bench. Pritchard drains a 3 in front.
Playing with the 2 fouls. That's why Dana Altman has him on the floor.
And Pritchard gets a handle on this ball off the foot of Powell. And a takeaway for the Ducks. Here comes Pritchard. Head full of steam. Bumped. And he'll go to the line for 2.
And now gets 2 free throws. He's just got a high IQ.
Last year, 54% this year. Nelson through Pritchard and Walker. It hung on the rim, and Gill mistimed his jump. Here come the Ducks, who were just down by 10 a moment ago. Pritchard crossing Powell. Amukelishvili with the 2 fouls. Walker will take a long 2 at him. I don't think that's what Dane Altman wants, but he'll take that. Houston with Duarte. Pritchard. Houston. Yes.
Transfer came down to Oregon and Seton Hall, and he chose Oregon. His teammates, AAU teammates with Myles Powell and the New Jersey players.
As if this matchup didn't have enough.
From the junior college ranks. He was a junior college coach.
Richardson finds its way to Mathis. Got Powell in the air. Mathis missed it. And we have a foul going against Oregon, and Richardson on the rebound. Oh, the preseason AP All-American with 7. Miles Cale has 7 as well for Seton Hall. Chris Duarte leading the way with 9 for the Ducks. Long scoring drought for the Hall. Samuel tries to break it and does. The second, their 2-7-2 centers. Obiagu in the game right now. Pritchard on the bench for the moment with those 2 fouls. Richardson runs the offense, spins around, gets to the rack and finishes. Foul. Open 3, Roden. No. And then Loden commits a foul going over the top. 1-and-1 missed by Houston. Here's the year 1 on. Continue to evolve the shot. Powell, he banks in a 3. And then he has...
this is the play. He banks this thing in. And then as he's backing up, you know, C.J. Walker, whomever that is.
Might be Luke Moore.
Yeah.
And another offensive foul, a charge drawn by Cale.
Defenders' charges taken here tonight. I mean, he slides his feet. To me, that...
Not a lot of kids who are super high recruits. They have developed together. 11 returners, 4 starters back. Believe this is their year to do something bigger than most of the programs. And then Richardson will have to run the offense. Around a screen from Lawson. Powell on Richardson. Here's the freshman Patterson. Tough shot. No go. And Samuel will just hold it. Seton Hall by Atlantis. Miles Powell leads the way with 10 points to lead all scorers. Chris Duarte with 9 for the Ducks. And Powell starts the second half with a 3. That at halftime. Powell was angry at a three-pointer early in the half. Play was not reviewed. And on we go. Chris Duarte. And the offensive rebound, Shakur Houston. Oregon has dominated the offensive glass.
Tough shots.
Wow. And Oregon's just leaving points out there. Swinging around to Kale. Miles Kale with a 3. Back half. Pritchard got the switch with Mamu Kelishvili. Will give it off to Houston against McKnight. Houston cannot finish. And Okoro, that shot was tipped by Gill. Another blocked shot. Oh boy, Powell with all day.
Need a timeout.
In South Orange, they're loving it in Trenton, where Miles Powell went to school and grew up. Powell strips Pritchard here on the way up. And the pride of Trenton Catholic has the ball. He's got that look on his face. Oh boy, it is Miles Powell's night. Will slow down the offense. Here's Gill, who, by the way, set a great screen on that last Powell bucket. This is Kale. And the ball ends up in the hands of Powell. Are you kidding me? Pritchard with an answer over Mamu. Objection worthy. I think that's a play that has no place. I know Luke Moore's not going to play tonight anyway. He's on the bench, but that's ejection worthy for the Oregon bench. And Pritchard with a good find to Shakur. Seton Hall just trying to steal some time for Powell, you think, before the under 16, and they get a bucket from Mamu Kelishvili. Mathis is at no daylight. A wild shot, he is fouled.
As good as he's been, there have been 8 other guys who
depth is really showing.
They're not trying to turn you over. You know, they're trying to get you to take some time. They're not trying to generate a whole lot of turnovers. So that's where, you know, you wonder how much the pressure can change the momentum.
He's expanded his range. It's his 5th 3 of the year. Playing more 4 this year with Obiagu and Gill at the 5. Houston will go back to the line, and then Wednesday night, same time.
Ohio State team, and, you know, the growth.
Duarte. How did he finish that? That is junior out of the Dominican Republic. Powell. Space. 3. Our second player in the night session with 7 threes in a game. Corey Kispert, 7 for 8 from deep for Gonzaga, which will face the winner of this game. Pritchard bangs
for the rest of this half.
Walker. C.J. Walker with a 3. Where is Miles Powell? Up top. Obiagu down low. Obiagu blocked from behind. And talent to match Seton Hall. Walker fouled. Mamu Kelish
on that sideline.
Do you think we should expand the court in the sideline? With the three-point line being expanded?
I like seeing them do the dance step.
You like the dance step?
I enjoy the dance step.
Walker. Yes, C.J. Walker with the left. Stays on the court. Doesn't pick up the 4th. Lawson is mauled by Roden.
Other of Diedrich and KJ from
Memphis. One class from Memphis and from the line, but Seton Hall's attempted just 2 free throws in the game. The lead down to 7. Kale with a step in. Mamu Kelishvili, and this is a blocking foul and a chance for 3. Walker caught.
Nice penetration there, a little shovel, and there's no question.
Both those fouls only. Mamu Kelishvili back to 10. Pritchard being hounded by McKnight. And a violation is called away from the ball for 6 on the year. Makes the first.
And his shooting has been a large part.
Oregon has done nothing in the first 20 seconds of this shot clock. Wow. But they find it late. Pritchard to Lawson. Assist. Lawson 3 without a touch for Powell on this possession. Reynolds. Not necessarily the player you want shooting. Pritchard spins it home. That last basket is first 2-point attempt of the game. 3 for 5 from deep. Seton Hall scoreless from the field and nearly 2.5. They get the ball in Powell's hands. And they let Miles Powell eat.
I don't like that shot. That's kind of a hero shot there. Look, he can make that and has made that. You'd love him to try to get some penetration, get something at the basket.
Powell leans into Richardson, and Powell banks it in from 3. A chance for 4.
He's just a bucket getter. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Like, that's better. That's a better player at 3 in this game. Actually, that toe looks like that was on the line.
Here, the last. Powell completes the 3-point. Reynolds got to go somewhere with it. And Nelson will give it to Powell. He's dangerous from here. Miles Powell on Pritchard. Foul. That's number 4 against Payton. Can you expense that? He's moved into the top 10 in the game. 5 shy of a season high. 8 shy of a career high. Houston got loose. Powell with the rejection from behind.
My man has put on an offensive show, and he says, let me go make a defensive play.
I know we're in the Bahamas and we're in Paradise Island. This is a business trip for Miles Powell, very clearly so. Mathis trying to find space inside, and a nice job by Nelson. Denied by Lawson. Seton Hall by 8. Winner to the semifinals, and Gonzaga. The loser gets Southern Miss. Walker's shot altered, and then Lawson pushed. AJ went from Memphis to Kansas.
Michigan, Carolina.
Yeah.
That guard matchup.
Ryan Woolridge had some work done. It's a thin Gonzaga team right now. It will be Gonzaga and Seton Hall for the first time in a couple of years. They met a few years ago in the tournament. There's a putback for, and the Hall is across half court. 32 points for Miles Powell tonight, his 11th career 30-point game. In the 9 years of this tournament, the second best scoring performance. Powell with Duarte on him, gets the step, gets to the rack and missed it. And up behind the plate, 5 on 4 for the Ducks.
Nice pass.
Walker takes it, Walker gets fouled.
Good tonight. What a confrontation that was at the rim. I would do it. It wouldn't go nearly as well. Crumple like a folding chair.
It's a 3-point game, 7 in a row for Oregon. CJ Walker has 11 tonight. Here's a foul. Mamukelashvili gets rid of it high to Kale. Patterson on Powell. Here we go. Powell swatted away by Walker, and then Patterson trips over Pritchard. Kale fights for the ball that belongs to the Ducks. Seton Hall's done a great job on him. Pritchard in the switch. McKnight stays on him, 10 to shoot. Oregon was 19 down earlier in the second half. Walker hot foots it. Lawson, and Lawson. Nelson, stolen by Walker, and Walker is fouled by Mamukelashvili. He thought he went straight up.
And a little trap they're running in their 1-2-1-1 has been effective, especially when you catch it in that deep corner.
Missed the first.
Arms down, they're going to call it.
Principle of verticality, right? The arms have to go straight up, and his were bent forward. And now a timeout taken by Nelson. That's the Duck Nation down here in Atlantis, looking for a tie or a lead. Nelson will get it across the timeline. Nelson, Powell, Reynolds, Roden, and Mamukelashvili. Seton Hall goes small. Powell on Pritchard. Tough shot. Offensive rebound. Mamukelashvili clears back to Reynolds. And we have an official timeout, a whistle there is. We'll find out in 2:20. Powell trying to draw the foul. Gets it back. Here's Nelson, the sophomore point guard. Mamukelashvili off the shot fake. Reynolds, 3 to shoot. Reynolds and a late whistle. Reynolds fouled by Walker with 2 to shoot.
I mean, there's no question. He's got his arm in there. Reynolds' dad is a master. He has confidence in him. He's got him here in a game. Was a former walk-on. We're 2 minutes.
2 for 3 for Reynolds at the line. Under 2 to play. In the Bahamas, winner gets Gonzaga. 4 Eastern semis tomorrow. Pritchard with a great left-handed finish. It's a 2 Reynolds. And Seton Hall breaks the pressure. You like Seton Hall going small here in the last few minutes?
I do, to match up with Oregon. And to match up against the pressure.
Pritchard on Powell. Star on star. Powell. Duarte tips it to Richardson. The Ducks can tie or take the lead. 1:20 to go. Pritchard has Reynolds on him. Still no McKnight, who's been out injured the last couple of minutes. And Pritchard is fouled here by Jared Roden.
By going small, you're
not going to check in yet for Seton Hall. It hasn't led since 7-6.
And Miles Powell has to get the ball.
Pritchard is on him. The screen for Reynolds. Reynolds! Oh, it was tipped. Powell will finally touch it. 7 to shoot. Miles Powell with 4. Step back. No. Rebound Richardson.
That's a shot he can make. It's not the shot you want at this point. You've got to get a better one, and they're getting it to him so late in the shot clock.
The sophomore Richardson on the handoff for Pritchard. McKnight back in the game to guard him. Peyton Pritchard, step back, no, and the rebound put back by Shakur Houston. Oregon leads. Seton Hall does not have a timeout. Reynolds, the former walk-on. Reynolds leaves it short. Rebound Houston, gets it to Walker, he's fouled.
I mean, this thing was well short, and how about Shakur Houston has inside position
of the timeout there, and no disrespect to Reynolds.
Let him create.
Walker missed them both. It's Reynolds again. It's going to be Powell. Down by 2. Miles Powell. No! And Oregon storms back from 19 down to shock Seton Hall.
Powell, the toughness to stay at it. Down 19 at one point. An absolute theft by Oregon.
One last desperation heave. Wide left for Powell, who was so magnificent in this